Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and what I have here today is probably one of the most game-changing SUVs to come out this year. So what I have here is the all-new BAIC B30e Hybrid 4x4. It's kind of long name. So anyways, I already did our test drive of this a couple weeks ago at the 4x4 Expo. However, the video was too short and it didn't do justice on how good this car is. But first, again, I would like to thank everyone here at Auto Icon Bike Alabang for making this review possible, as well to Sir Tiny Reyes, who is not that tiny at all. And as I said, this B30e hybrid could change literally everything on how we think of hybrids, SUVs, and 4x4s, crossovers, all in general, because this ticks all of the boxes. You get LED lights all around and very nice sequential turn signals. The ground clearance is 215 millimeters. These are running on 19-inch wheels as well. Very good tires as well on this, on all-terrain GT tire. And on the side profile itself, it's your usual rugged 4x4 SUV look. It reminds me that of the likes of the Land Rover Defender, Hyundai Santa Fe, the lot. There's a lot of SUVs right now that carries this design. And one of the few bikes as well that has Easter eggs all around, like here for in front of the windscreen and more at the rear itself too. And one of the few SUVs as well that you get door-mounted side mirrors. There's as well cameras with repeaters on them. This is yet again to reduce wind noise for the A-pillars itself. Powering this BAIC B30e Dune 4x4 hybrid is a monstrous 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine mated to 2 electric motors that produces a combined output of 403 horsepower and 685 Newton meters of torque. And to make things even better, this one is mated to a 2-speed dedicated hybrid transmission. So, judging from the looks and what powers this vehicle, there's a lot going on. However, I would love to show you later on in the test drive on how good this performs. Now, here in the interior of this BAIC B30e Dune Hybrid, first of all, I was not expecting this, since this vehicle has crossover-like proportions, to have step boards. They may be small, but it does a good job of getting you in the cabin. And the seats are a highlight of this vehicle as well. You get electronic adjustments on both front seats, and I love the two-tone scheme of it, gray and green, which is pretty cool. And the seats itself is pretty soft, so when I drove this at a very bumpy surface during the 4x4 Expo, yeah, it was one of the more comfortable seats in this segment. And here in the door card, I love a bit of the rugged look here. So there's a little bit of plastic here and there, but at least around in the window switches and for your elbows, it's all leather. And I love this handle itself. Again, gives it a bit more of an off-road vibe. And here on the left side of the dashboard, you get buttons here. One blank only, but the rest are functioning like for you. Disabling the charging of the battery, I assume only. Electronic tailgate and your headlight level adjustments. And overall, the look of this is pretty simplistic, yet it's so effective at the same time. I love what they've done here with all of the color schemes, and look at the quality here too. It's squeegee material, and yes, this one is maybe plastic, but hey, if you're gonna off-road this anyway, yeah, this will be easy to clean. And you get more of the green leather trims that stretches all the way to the right side of the passenger. The steering wheel gives more of a crossover vibe rather than a 4x4 vehicle. But again, it's kind of big for what this is, but I don't mind it, since there's gonna be a lot of play once you go off-road this thing. So buttons here for your instrument cluster and phone connectivity buttons, as well too for your 360-degree camera. Now, this camera system is one of the clearest and probably best resolutions at the moment, and look how responsive everything is. And of course, icing on the cake, this one is a 14.6-inch infotainment system that has Apple CarPlay and screen mirror link function. Sadly, no Android Auto yet, but again, I have experience with this mirror link system, so I have no issues with it whatsoever. And you can do a lot of stuff here, again, for your 360-degree camera, and more options here for checking out the battery system, your intelligent all-wheel drive, the lot. And here for your instrument cluster, it's 10.1 inches with a very clear display, and there's a lot of adjustments you can do where you can check as well for your driving modes, and how to adjust them is right here in the center console. Yes, this one is plastic, but I don't mind it whatsoever, because it's not the annoying gloss black kind of thing, and it's not that fingerprint magnet-ish only. Get a wireless charging pad here. I like this gear lever itself. It's not like the flick of a switch or a button. It's just a very small conventional gear lever. I like that. And you get a nice crystal rotary knob for, again, the driving modes, electronic parking brake, and here on the right side, you get two cup holders and I think a placement for your key. And way further down, you get one USB-C port, a USB port, and a very, very large cubby space. I think I just saw this now too. Oh, that's how you open the glove box. That's pretty cool. So, again, pretty decent amount of size. First time I drove this as well during the 4x4 Expo. I was a little bit confused going out of the parking lot because I could not find the hazard button whatsoever. Then I found it later on here above, along too with your panoramic sunroof and light controls. So it's a little bit like a fighter jet style for the hazard button. Then visor, you get a vanity mirror with LED light. Oh, what? Bag hooks or a coat hanger. It says here max 3 kilograms. So that's a very odd placement here. I don't know why you need it. Maybe for the outdoor campy side of things. They don't extend, but I don't mind the quality of this. It's very thick as well. Very good on that. And what I like with this 4x4 version, you get a panoramic sunroof that stretches all the way to the rear seats. Now here for the rear seats of this BAIC B30e hybrid, here in the door card, pretty much the same like the ones in front. Oh, that sounds really good for what? I mean, for this class of vehicle, even the ones in front. So it goes to show BAIC have improved a lot from the past, even though I have no experience with this brand whatsoever. And look at the space. Well, I can stretch my legs all the way forward, but still, you can stretch my head without my head bumping the front seat itself. That's a lot of space. Even my headroom, even though you have the panoramic sunroof itself, 6 footers will be easy peasy here in the second row. And then here in the middle, you get 2 air conditioning vents, a USB-C port, and a cubby space. Then 2 map pockets behind both front seats. And here in the middle, you get a central armrest with 2 cup holders along with flimsy grips. And what I like with this BAIC B30, despite as well being a hybrid, there's no transmission tunnel whatsoever. So you can sit comfortably here in the middle. Of course, this one's a little bit stiffer because of the central armrest, but it still makes up for it. The headroom, this is astonishing with the space here with this B30. And as for the rear of this as well, it's your conventional 4x4 rugged SUV crossover, whatever you wanna categorize it. But I noticed for this black color, it's completely black. But if you get other colors like the test drive unit outside, it's a two-tone effect. So it's a little bit more discreet now with this all black color. And the boot space of this too is pretty decent. So you get a very large tonneau cover. I think that is as well related to all of the camping stuff. You get a 12-volt socket and a halogen light on the right side. And on the left side, which is mandatory for all 4x4 rugged vehicles, you get a 220-volt outlet. I like that. And there's more tethering hooks as well. And rewind to me back at the 4x4 Expo on how you fold the second row down. The rear seat is a tumble setup. 1, 2. That is so unique. So finally driving the BAIC B30 Dune once again. And why I wanted to drive this car yet again is because of this. Despite being a 4x4 rugged SUV, it handles and drives like a crossover. Look how flat-ish this is. And you can fly with this, of course, the 2 electric motors combined to as well with the 1.5 liter turbocharged engine. So you have somewhat 685 Newton meters of torque on the top. But I'll be honest only, it's not giving me like the full power as I hope. Maybe just only if you have like only half battery left or like not 100% of charge on the battery itself. But I don't think that's a bad thing at all. That's again to keep this secured at all times, because of course if you have full 685 Newton meters, it might be a little bit undrivable. And of course you can just tone it down here if you just put it in. There's a lot of modes, by the way. There's like 7 of them, including some off-road. So here, just comfort mode. and you're running on full EV mode. And then if you just want to suddenly accelerate, wee, that's pretty peppy for what this is. Even I like the handling characteristics of this B30. Again, it may be somewhat a heavy car at 1.7 tons. However, it's not as heavy as you think because, again, this is more in tune like a crossover itself. And of course, being this the 4x4, well, a real-time all-wheel drive vehicle, yeah, it keeps you secured and in check at all times. Compared like the one in the 4x4 Expo where it's a little bit more bumpier roads. Here now in Alabang, but more smoother than usual. Yeah, it's pretty quiet, comfortable, and among one of the best NVH for any 4x4 vehicle, I gotta say. So here just running 60 kilometers per hour. The engine just kicked in. So it acts like a conventional hybrid, and there was literally a loud thunder just popped in my face. Not much sound going here into the cabin. So BAIC have done a good job with literally everything. The NVH, the driving dynamics. This, again, despite being a 4x4 vehicle, it's actually very fun to drive and a lot more sportier than I anticipated, because again, you have all the power in the world-ish, but it's still, again, it's so easy to push with a car that almost has 700 Newton meters of torque, that even rivals that even some sports cars out there. But just driving this as a daily, normally as well, sensibly, that's a very good daily. It's so easy to drive if you're not pushing it that much. Yeah, that's what very comfortable. And now where are we? Eco mode. Yeah, just a little bit more delayed than usual, but again, if once you get going, you get really going. And driving this on compared as well to the rest of the 4x4 vehicles out there, yeah, it's a bit smaller than the rest, I would say, but still very easy to maneuver despite having a very big A-pillar itself. Again, it's not so bad. And here now, eco mode. Yeah, just a little bit more delay in time, but of course, just leave it in sport mode. Wow! Get to high speeds in no time. Right, as well, this has regenerative braking. You can play it here in the infotainment system. Okay, I'll be honest, another nitpick of mine, you have to control everything here in the infotainment system, like for the seat ventilations, the air conditioning controls, and all that. But it's very easy to access anyway, so that's why I didn't bother of complaining it in the first place. And as well, despite having a bit of a stiffer suspension than usual, however, the dampers seem to do a lot of work and still quite settles down very quickly. So it's a very good balance for both on, off-road, and again, for if you want to take this tonight, this will be a very good car to drive. And as well, being an all-wheel drive system, you cannot skid these tires whatsoever. That's how very good the system is. So I wonder on how the 4x2 will drive. So hopefully sometime in the future we can get to see that and drive that as well. Because of course there will be a market for the 4x4, make no mistake. But if you really don't need the 4x4, there's a 4x2 at least available. But albeit it's only front wheel drive. So that will be an interesting thing to drive in the future. And just driving it here around in Alabang, again, a very easy car to drive. It's not as long as the competitors, again, like with the likes of the Hyundai Santa Fe and all that. That's why going in the suburbs around here in Alabang, it's actually somewhat easy to drive. You just have to watch out for the long hood itself. And one more time. Wow, that's so peppy. Not much body lean despite being, again, a very big car and a 4x4 vehicle itself. So this will be the big test now of this BAIC B30 on how this will perform off-road. That's what I'm curious about. So yeah, that's all I need to say with this BAIC B30 4x4 hybrid. What a car, I would say. I can't help just to floor this thing because you get so much pep to this vehicle. Now, for the cost of all of this one stands at 1.7 million pesos. So just put the exact price here on screen. For what this is, it's a very good 4x4, it's a very good crossover, and it's a very good SUV in general. This ticks literally all the boxes, and as well, being a hybrid, the fuel economy is very good as well. So I've been doing here 11 kilometers per liter, and with my driving conditions, that's pretty much insane. So going out here to the test drive, we're just running on EV mode. And remember, this is not a plug-in hybrid vehicle, tama sir, no? Again, I would like to thank everyone here at BAIC Alabang, and to everyone here as well, to Sir Tiny Reyes, who made this review possible. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you hopefully soon with more future BAIC reviews. Bye-bye.